All right, it's 11:10 on KTSA. I want to welcome our all-star panel into the studio from PLAZA De ARMAS TX.com, the online newspaper of San Antonio and South Texas. Elaine Wolff, who's one of the founders of it. What is your title over there, Elaine?
Co-editor.
Co-editor.
Exactly right. I'm exactly 50% responsible for everything you're upset about.
I'm not upset. I love PLAZA De ARMAS TX.com. Good morning to you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for
having us. And you brought your star columnist with you. He's the Walter Winchell of the cyber age.
Jade,
Esteban, Estrada. That's the name of it? Glitter?
Glitter Political.
Glitter Political.
Remember you called me out on my glitter once?
I did.
You were like, Jade, you're sparkling.
Yeah, I was interviewing him one time, and all of a sudden I looked at him, and I realized that there were stars in his eyes, and they weren't about me. You had, like, glitter in your eyelashes.
I did. It takes forever for that stuff to come off, and I have it on all the time. I probably have some on now.
We're going to bring these candidates in. We can bring them in any time. And what we're going to do is take all of the contested districts and the mayor's race, if it becomes seriously contested, and doing these panels where we're going to talk to the candidates, bring them all in, bring them around the table, bring in PLAZA De ARMAS, and Elaine, it'll be some combination of your folks over there helping me ask the questions. We'll also welcome questions from callers at 599-5555, or you can email us, jack@ktsa.com. There are three candidates in the race. Astonishingly, only one of them is here in the room, so I don't know how we managed to do that. And I'm guessing you're Rey Saldana, right?
That's correct.
Because you can't be Leticia Cantu unless the lighting in here is terrible. And you're probably not Kathy Luna.
Exactly. No,
well, Rey, welcome to the show. It's good to have you with us. You're running for City Council in District 4. We're going to start, though, with Rey. You may win this debate. Because,
no, it's good. I showed up on time.
Let me put it to you this way. If you don't win it and you're the only guy in the room, maybe you picked the wrong line of work.
My name is Rey Saldana, and I'm a candidate for City Council District 4. And I wanted to really finish up by telling folks why exactly it is that I'm running. And it's really to help, at the end of the day, help solve a conversation I have with my friends all the time. And they tell me that once they make it, once they become successful, that they are going to leave the district, that they want to leave District 4 as fast as they can. And it really shouldn't be having that conversation. It shouldn't be a place to escape. And so at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do, is make it a place where people want to live, work, and raise a family, make it a destination. And that's what District 4 has always been for me. That's where I was born and raised, and that's my destination now. So that's what I'm hoping to do, is really change that conversation when we talk about economic development. So friends are not leaving District 4 because they have to drive 40 minutes to their workplace, but that we can actually provide those opportunities in the district. And that takes a long, comprehensive process, and I'm certainly willing to go out and do that. But it's going to be fun and exciting because this is the district that I know better than any other place on earth, and so I'm excited to be there, and I'm excited to be able to run a great race. So May 14th is going to be a great day for us. Thanks. Teacher effectiveness, whether that's a charter school movement, whether that's administration who is maybe as faulty in terms of instructional leadership, it's what are we doing at the public school level to make sure that our students are succeeding, and what are the things that are the problems, and what are the current solutions that are being put in place, whether we're talking about TFA or current school reform movements. We do that in the course, and we also work with our community. I have some students working with Memorial High School, and they're out there working on increasing parental involvement in Memorial specifically, and other students that are working with KIPP to get to find out how their discipline policies affect the way that those students are achieving. So it's a great conversation about solutions and problems. At the end of it, we probably won't be able to solve all of education's ills, but we certainly have a great discussion doing so.
KIPP is the National Knowledge's Power Program, award-winning school program. So you attended South San. This just became a three-part question. I'm sorry. So you attended South San. What made you a successful student, do you think?
The key, I think, and we talk about this a lot in my class, is really the environment around any young person. And for me, I had a great support in my family, and my mother and father didn't get past the 8th grade, but they knew that education was the key, and they didn't know how, but they said that that's what I needed to do to succeed. And we talk about that a lot, and we talk about how our environments really affect the way we see ourselves, because as students, you make a prediction based upon what you see around you, whether people are succeeding. And you didn't see that too much, but I knew to myself that I wanted more, and my parents wanted that same amount or level of success for me, and that's what pushed me. Baseball certainly helped. It kept me out of trouble, and I just followed the advice my parents gave. They said, stay out of trouble, get an education, and you can accomplish any and every opportunity.
I'm just going to ask you one other quick education
Now it's
question.
a four-part
I promise.
question.
Yeah, this is only part 3. So one of the headlines from this week, Tom Lopez, a longtime, more than a generation on the SISD board. Of course, before Patty Radel, the former District 5 councilwoman, had announced that she was even going to, in fact, run for the position, Mayor Julian Castro essentially endorsed her and kind of pushed her in that direction. Do you think is that an appropriate thing for the mayor to have gotten himself involved in? What do you think the ramifications are for that, for education policy in the city?
Yeah, and so any local school board, there's issues with localities and being able to control what's within your area, and that's what's essentially happening at SAISD. Their control of a certain area. I think the mayor's step is a step in the right direction. If the purpose was to find qualified people whose interests are the actual students who they're serving, then I don't see any fault, and I think there's merit in the idea of promoting candidates that you think are best qualified to suit the position.
All right, we're going to take our break here, and when we come back, I think we will be up to 2 candidates, maybe even, crossing our fingers, all 3 of them in City Council District 4 with our panel from PLAZA De Armas TX.com, and your phone calls at 599-5555. But first, 11:18, we go into the newsroom.
KTSA streaming online is powered by Cowboys Air Conditioning and Heating.
11:23 on News Talk 550 KTSA San Antonio. Jack Riccardi Show for Wednesday. Meeting with the District 4 City Council candidates. It's an open seat. The incumbent's term limited out, and there are 3 declared candidates in the race. We're going to be hopefully bringing all of them together here this hour. Also joining me to ask the questions from PLAZA De Armas TX.com is Jade, Esteban, Estrada, and Elaine, Wolff. We have in the studio Rey Saldana, and joining us now on the phone, there was a little bit of a mix-up, so she's joining us for at least part of this by the phone, is Leticia Cantu. Welcome to KTSA. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I wanted to ask you, you're a very unique candidate in that you're running for a job that you actually had for a little while. You were the interim District 4 City Council member. I'm looking here at a March 10th, 2010 Express News article in which you say that you are not considering running for City Council. At the time that you were angling for that interim appointment, you assured the council that you were just doing it to fill in for your then fiancé, Phil Cortez. Why are you now running for the job?
Well, first of all, I'm not really sure where that's coming from because I never said that I was not going to run. What I said was that as the interim council member, that I was there to continue working very hard for District 4. The people of District 4 elected Councilman Cortez, and while he was going to step out for a little over 2 months, I was just going to step in and utilize all the experience that I had and continue to move the district forward. But more importantly, to ensure that all the projects were going to be completed on time and on budget. And so that's really what was said. And as far as having conversations with each council member, I did have a very good conversation with all of them. I was supported unanimously by all of them, but I don't believe that question was ever asked of any of them. It was
the line from the article is, Cantu said she's not eyeing a future council run of her own. Quote, I just want to do a good job filling in. So you did not say that?
Right. All I said was the only thing I'm here to do is to do a great job for the council members, for the on the council, for the residents of District 4, and work very hard for just the 2 months that I was going to fill in for the councilman. And I believe I did a pretty good job as a result.
Well, there was some reluctance initially when your name was brought up, and as you say, you did have to meet with the other council members to reassure them. Are you saying you don't believe you left the impression that this was only a temporary thing?
Well, when I went in there, I believe that I was recommended because there were some hot issues that were on the table. I had years of experience working there at city government, also with the different committees. And so I was going to go in and fill in without having to have any type of learning curve. And that's exactly what I did. So, when I went in there, I think I did a really good job. I was able to step in, and we did some good work for the residents of District 4.
Okay, let's Okay.
With the intent of going in there and
just to see where
just
she
going
is.
in there and doing
The numbers
what was
written
needed.
to the right.
All right, that's Leticia Cantu, one of the candidates for District 4 City Council. Let me give Rey Saldana a chance to comment on this answer. Are you making an issue of the whole situation with the fiance being appointed interim, people believing it was only temporary, now running for the job? Is this of interest to you as her opponent?
Well, no, I mean, it's not of interest to me. I think if you know, some residents feel like it's an issue for them, but that's not something that I'm bringing up. You know, we've said in this campaign that we're going to focus on my strengths and not focus on anything in terms of, you know, weaknesses or lapses of other folks who are thinking of running. So, no, not necessarily.
Is this a lapse?
Well, it certainly is a miscalculation in what may have been happening, but at the same time, you know, people do, you know, change their mind. Maybe there's some new information about what it is that they want to do, but it seems to be a tricky issue. I can't necessarily fall on one side or the other.
Okay, our next question will be from Jade, Esteban, Estrada, and it will go first to Rey Saldana.
Oh, okay. And I will get my Rey Saldana question. Now, Rey Saldana, on your website, you blatantly called me a fat Mexican when you said that there's an obesity problem in District 4, and it's mostly with Hispanics. What is this idea that you have to improve health in the district?
Yeah.
Now, while you're answering, let me go over and check out Jade's waistline.
No, stop it! No, stop it!
I was just going to say...
I took it very personally.
He looks really of average, Bill, I would say. Okay.
No, I was like, he's talking to me when I read your website.
No, so
Wait, talk to me about that.
Yeah, no, what we do.
And I understand you ran to go register.
Yeah, to go file for my
Which I thought was very, very Olympic-ish. I love that.
Jogged to it?
I ran the 9 miles from my home to City Hall to file for candidacy.
Fabulous. You should have YouTubed that.
You know, I think we did, except not the entire run. That would have been about 2 hours.
Kind of long.
But the main point is with that was that, you know, we have to lead as examples. We can't go out and tell folks that they need to go and utilize our parks, but we need to create a system where our parks are attractive. And that's one of the big keys to making sure that we have a healthy and, you know, socially and emotionally. If you've ever gone to a great park, you know that it has those benefits. But we talk about the statistic. We talk about how San Antonio lags behind and how it is a health issue. And so, you know, we're not calling anyone you know, obese, but we're just saying this is an area that we need to explore in terms of working to make sure that people are living healthy, active lifestyles, and we're creating a structure around them that makes that possible.
Leticia Cantu, what's your reaction to that assertion by your opponents?
Well, I certainly think that it's something we need to look at. I think the city is putting a little bit about $15 million grant, and we're already looking at that, and we definitely need to continue to do the research out there and ensure that, you know, the folks that are in need of health education programs, that we're actually disseminating the information to them, that know that the city has programs out there. I'm not really sure that many folks in District 4 are getting on the computer and going into sanantonio.gov to see what's going on. So I really believe that as the council member, as the representative, has to go out there and ensure that the folks know about these projects. And not only that, but also partner with the different elected officials, the overlapping elected officials with the school district, and ensure that we're doing a collective effort and starting at a very young age up until they're senior citizens.
Can I ask both of you why it's the business of city government for people to eat more healthy or be more healthy? Where is that in the charter? Either one of you. Ray, go first.
Okay, yeah, and I sort of reviewed the charter a lot, and I know that there's certain boundaries that we go beyond, but it's because we want to create, at the end of the day, a high quality of life for our residents. And if high quality of life means that we are you know, architecturing a way so that folks are making decisions based upon, you know, how attractive is my park, how
Can you see where it kind of looks like you're telling people how to live their lives?
No, I mean, that's a valid point. And what we want to do is we don't want to tell them how they live their lives. We just want to set examples. Like I said, I'm not going to tell anyone to run the 9 miles to go file for candidacy, but I will myself, and hopefully someone sees, you know what, I've never seen someone run down Sarsamora, but today I did. And maybe that triggers in their heads something.
Leticia Cantu, is there a danger that City Council doesn't do its core mission, that city government doesn't do its core mission, but starts getting distracted into encouraging this and encouraging that in terms of lifestyle? And also I want to ask you, could you run 9 miles if you had to?
Absolutely.
Could we get you and Rey Saldana into a race so we could see who goes the longest?
And can we YouTube it?
Yeah, I've already lost 16 pounds from my wedding, and I intend on losing more by the end of the election.
Oh boy, see, you're up against a woman that's losing weight for her wedding, Rey Saldana. You don't want to take her on.